The Great Replacement Theory. What is it? What is its origins? Both great questions. And depending on what left-leaning media outlet you ask, you will get different answers. Some say the Great Replacement Theory stems from a French racist named Bernard Camus. I think it's C-A-M-U-S. I'm going to say it wrong throughout this whole episode, but it's okay. And here is an article from thenation.com titled, How Gay Icon Bernard Camus Became the Ideologue of White Supremacy. So let's go down. We already know it's going to be a great read. So these days, the author of Tricks is better known as the principal architect of Le Grand Replacement, the Great Replacement. The conspiracy theory that white Christian Europe is being invaded and destroyed by hordes of black and brown immigrants from North and Sub-Sahara Africa. Since 2012, when it appeared as the title of a book Camus self-published, the term Great Replacement has become a rallying cry of white supremacists around the world. The demonstrators who stormed through Charlottesville, Virginia in August 2017, the man who killed 11 worshippers at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh in October 2018, and especially Brenton Tarrant, the suspect in the New Zealand mosque attacks in March. Tarrant posted his own, The Great Replacement. Trying to find a non-biased summary of this book is hard. If you type in La Grande Replacement, which is the name of the book, all you find is, white supremacy and far-right conspiracy, which makes me think no one has read the book. But Wikipedia is the closest thing to a non-biased summary, so we'll source from them, obviously. So Wikipedia says the origins theory states that with the complicity or cooperation of replacist elites, white European populations are being demographically and culturally replaced with non-white peoples, especially from Muslim-majority countries, through mass migration. Demographic growth and a drop in birth rates of white Europeans. It specifically associates the presence of Muslims in France with potential danger and destruction of French culture and civilization. Now, personally, I don't think it's inherently racist to fear culture change. I think it's inherently human, but not racist. Many wars were fought to preserve one's culture, and many wars were fought to instill one's culture. When you look at Renard's claims for why he is worried about Muslim migration into France, on the surface, it does look racist. That's because it's a white man complaining about brown people moving into France. But when you take a step back and actually look at the bigger picture, you start to see his complaints are not about race, but about ideologies and cultural norms. The French Muslim cultures are drastically different, and I shouldn't have to explain that to you, which makes fears of mass migration understandable, because Muslims are not migrating there because they like French culture. They are migrating there because they are displaced. It's kind of like the migration of the liberals from blue states to conservative red states. Conservatives in red states are afraid that liberals will bring their political, economic, and social beliefs to red states and outnumber them in votes, changing the political landscape of the state and creating the very thing liberals were trying to escape from in the first place. So, I don't think this man is racist for expressing these fears of mass migration. Is he ignorant? Sure. Maybe. I haven't read the book. But being ignorant does not make you racist, or your writing's racist at that. The Great Replacement Theory. What is it? Ask the question, right? From what I've gathered, the Great Replacement Theory appears to be a man's opinion on the dangers of mass migration hijacked by radical ideologists to fill their agendas. The media wants you to believe it's a right-wing conspiracy theory to radicalize young white males. And And they know that linking it to Renard's writings will debunk their allegations. So that's why you rarely hear it. They just kind of talk about it and just go, oh, yeah, it's from this guy. A racist. He's not. So they go one step further and say it's a racist thought process that dates back to the Nazis, and Renard's writings helped bring it back to fruition. And, here's a clip of them doing just that.
Officials believe the gunman accused of the mass shooting in Buffalo was inspired by the white replacement conspiracy theory. Now, this is a baseless belief that white people are being slowly but intentionally replaced by minorities and immigrants.
The concept was once a fringe theory, but now it's embraced by many Republican lawmakers and Fox hosts. CNN's Sunland Serfati explains.
What was once a fringe white supremacist conspiracy theory has now become mainstream.
Jews will not replace us.
We know what the Democrats are up to here.
They're not talking about brown people. They're talking about the Jewish population. But okay.
They want to replace the American electorate.
With a growing number of Republican lawmakers now openly promoting the far-right so-called Great Replacement theory.
For many Americans, what seems to be happening, or what they believe right now is happening, is what appears to them is we're replacing national-born American, native-born Americans to permanently transform the political landscape of this very nation.
The racist anti-immigrant theory that says non-white immigrants are being brought to replace America's white population.
This administration wants complete open borders, and you have to ask yourself why. Is it really they want to remake the demographics of America?
Democrat politicians who have decided that they can't win re-election in 2022 unless they bring in a large number of new voters to replace the voters that are already here. That's what this is about.
The white nationalist conspiracy theory is detailed in French writer Renaud Camus' 2011 book called The Great Replacement. And elements of replacement theory appear to have motivated some of the most heinous recent mass murders in the U.S. and around the world.
So, yeah, they did it. White nationalist Renaud Camus. Hey. They don't even give any of his background. Just kind of just throw it out there. Oh no. So, to sum this up, the Nazis did have rhetoric about Jews. That's probably why, those white nationalists, the Nazis out in Charlottesville were chanting Jews will not replace us. And if you squint and you hold Renard's writings and what the Nazis thought about Jews up next to each other, you might find some resemblance. It's a stretch if you do find some resemblance. I'm going to say that. Very big stretch. The Nazis didn't think that the Jewish people were there to replace them. The Nazis believed that Jews were part of a secret cabal led by the Jewish banker elites who were attempting to take over the world. That belief all came from one book called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. When the media tries to truncate a story and steer it straight to the Nazis, it is because the story has more context to it that does not serve the agenda. So they go, you see this, it's Nazi. It's Nazi, people. Come on. No, but what about the story in between that? It's subliminal politics is what it is. That's what they keep on doing to you. They go, you see that? That's Nazi. That white supremacy.